Hey, coffee cuties, we are back with another banger. And today we are back with another reaction video where I give my raw and unfiltered opinion about viral topics surrounding quality natural hair. And today we definitely have a banger indeed because we have a TV judge by the name of Judge Millian being called to the forefront after your girl was on national TV judging black hair and not having a clue about what she was talking about. Now, I thought that this video was very important because it just shows the vulnerability that Black women face each and every day in all walks of life. So, for the people that just saying, oh, it's just hair, oh, you guys had the Crown Act and now you should be good, what you complaining for? This just goes to show in 2025 or whenever this was recorded in recent day that we still have to face these discrimination tactics, these prejudice tactics, as some people are calling it, racism, and everything in between when it comes to our hair. So let me go ahead and play the first video of a creator who actually screen recorded it live from her TV. So I'm glad your girl was doing her due diligence so we can go ahead and cover this topic. So let me go ahead and put it on full screen, and here we go.
Okay, so listen, I know y'all thought that she was the plaintiff, but she's actually the defendant. She's actually the one that installed the locks in the young lady's hair that had the shrinkage. But listen to this, listen.
Is that true or not true? Let me show it to you.
Can I show you my natural?
First, I want you to answer my question.
Okay.
Is that an accurate picture of you when you were there when you
That's
came
my hair in its natural state, ma'am.
Yeah, that's not here. Okay, and you're saying that to me because what?
Because when my hair is wet, it's texture, it's curly, so it's shrinkage in my hair. So that's why I wanted to show you my hair in its natural state. The pictures I sent her before the day of my appointment, because I had to wash my hair because it was flat orange.
Do you have a picture of your hair to the middle of your back?
Yes,
I have a picture of your hair not to the middle of the back.
I sent it to
no,
you.
right, but how do I know when that picture was taken?
Okay, I can show you on my phone then, because it has the dates in my phone.
And those aren't the extensions that you talked about?
No.
Okay, well, how do I know that when I know that you had, because you had talked about prior extensions?
I had a sew-in.
Because that's her hair.
You can see you can see because I was flat ironing my hair, so you can see my parts. You can see my natural hair.
You don't know what
how
natural hair looks like.
If it's sewn into this.
No,
it's not sewn in.
This is absolutely ridiculous. And as you can see, the judge just has so much disbelief about her hair. Like, she, for one, doesn't know what shrinkage is, like we already talked about in discussing within the video. But she also just had this like undertone about the fact, I think she's just feeding into narratives that Black women cannot grow beautiful long hair because she just was in disbelief that that was her real hair. Like, oh, prove it. Well, how do I know that? How do I know that? Just absolutely sad and disgusting and ridiculous for a woman to be in a position of power judging different cases that do involve Black people in our issues and happen to just have no clue about what's going on. How can you be a judge about something when you're not educated on the topic? This is why we need more Black men and women in these high level positions so that we can actually cause change that we want to see. So let's see what a few people have to say in these comment section. Someone else said, heard by the wrong judge. That is why representation is important. This is so irritating to watch. I definitely agree with that 100%. This was an extreme prejudice. Someone else said, Judge Millian always have the same energy for Black people. I actually wrote into the network calling her out for her racism. So I don't watch her personally on TV. I definitely have came across a few episodes. So it's definitely interesting to hear that she always has this negative, nasty undertone when it comes to Black issues, because I definitely noticed this. Someone else said, oh, this bothered me. The smirk, the plaintiff or the defendant, I would have been bothered. They want us to be boss so bad. It's sad. Someone else said, all that education to be a judge and still dance. She didn't want to believe her hair was so long. So that is what I got out of it as well. It seemed like she was in disbelief that she was a full monoracial Black woman, beautiful woman with curly natural hair, and that it could grow long to the middle of her back. So she's like, prove it and all this stuff. Would you have that same energy if it was a white woman having a similar case to this? I understand white women don't have things like shrinkage and that is the magic of Black hair, but you know what I mean? Like, would she question the validity of a white woman's rather hair being long or not long or whatever the case may be? I completely butchered that word, but hopefully you know what I mean. Would she question but I'm still saying it wrong. Will she question whether or not it is valid for a white woman to have long hair, or does this smoke only apply to Black women? So There was another video posted as well from the creator. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. I'm not sure if it's just a different part of the whole conversation or if it is of another just sector of when she was judging them for their hair. So let me go ahead and play that part and come back for more.
Having trouble because you can't tell me that when your hair is wet, all of a sudden it gets to 8, 9 inches shorter.
Judge Million does not know about black hair.
So basically, in this clip, she was continuing the conversation about shrinkage. She's like, you cannot tell me that just because you wet your hair, it goes to 8 and 9 inches shorter. Again, she doesn't know a thing about black hair, doesn't know a thing about shrinkage. She's very defensive. We're done. We're done. We're done. When you're the densest person in the room with the most education, likely, and that is just very, very unfortunate. Again, it just shows the type of things that us as black women have to face day in and day out. We're going to judge to hopefully get some proper just due for our situation, and we have a judge who is not believing our truth to the whole conversation, not educated on the topic of black hair whatsoever. Like one of the other commenters said, she unfortunately managed to go to the wrong judge for this topic. So someone else said, did she even leave her? Did she even let her speak? Lord, I hope that woman won. So let's see. That so-called judge thinks she knows everything, and you can't tell her otherwise. She cuts people off. I can't stand her. It's all scripted. They are actors, whether they're actors or not. For them to want to play out this type of scene on TV when we already know the issues that black women face when it comes to our hair is absolutely disgusting. If the network was behind that, so hopefully that commenter that did write the network, hopefully they got their just due. If these are the type of performances they are choosing to put on. Someone else said, I feel like she can sue for racial prejudice. So that is a good point that a lot of people are calling out. Do you think your girl has a case? Leave it down below. You can't tell me that's their problem. It's the fact that they be so aggressive instead of getting educated. How's she going to speak on shrinkage? So, yes, all great points for sure. So, as you can imagine, a lot of women, black women in particular, that have shrinkage, like we all do with our coolly beautiful hair, came forward on TikTok because so many people were pissed off, understandably, about this whole court case. So, let's go ahead and now go through the different women who had perspectives to share on the topic when it comes to Judge Millian not knowing a thing about what she's talking about when it comes to black hair. So, as you can imagine, there were some responses. So, let's go ahead and click on this first one and see what's going on.
So, this video is for Judge Millian. If you're not Judge Millian, I ain't talking to you. Do you see how my son's hair on the nape of his neck is like little curls and he have little plaits? And look how long it is once it's straightened out. Shrinkage, black people. So this.
We're going to put that one on mute due to the music. But as you can see, your girl has a beautiful head full of wholly natural hair, and she's just showing the examples of shrinkage. And there were so many people who gave their perspective. Here is another beautiful example. So hopefully Judge Millian can be educated about what it means to have black hair if she's going to be judging black hair. Hopefully she sees that she's going viral for looking absolutely ridiculous. Let's see if there's any words to this video.
Where's my natural hair girlies? I cannot believe she had the audacity to look at that lady and be like, you want me to believe that 1 second your hair was this length and then this next sec? Like, what the hell? Like, who the fuck doesn't know that? It's called shrinkage. Look at that. Like, it's going to stretch. Like, the front of my hair stretches all the way down to my chin. But it doesn't appear to be that way, does it? No. And I'm going to keep going because at the end of the video, I'm going to post a video like, you know, stretched out, curled silk press. But yeah, hold on. Here it comes. Just, you know, look at that stretch. Like, insane. Look at the curls, though. Period.
That is a very good example of shrinkage. Again, hopefully your girl is logging onto TikTok and getting educated because she clearly had no idea what she was talking about. Someone in the comments said, LOL, y'all let my good sis Judge Millian live. She did not know no better. Then someone said, I know she knows about them Dominican blowouts. She tried, my good sis. So yes, I definitely, it's hard to believe unless you're just choosing to be ignorant in 2025 that you have no idea about any hair outside of your own. But then again, there are many people walking around like this, but you should not be in a position where you're judging these type of cases if you're not going to choose to educate yourself about them. But I am definitely curious to know what you all think about this topic. I do know I was stumbling over a few words, but as you know, in your girl's true fashion, I'm not editing anything out. So you can feel free to leave down below the correct way to pronounce the words that I corrected, that I mispronounced, basically. So, yes, leave that down below in your opinions about the topic. Also, at the time of this recording, we are about 320 people away, roughly, from the goal of 10K. So we're creeping up slowly. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell friends and tell other friends that it's Liddy over here. So many more bangers to come. Email me any cool stories you think will be ideal for the channel. But this is the end of this video. So until next time, see ya.